Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel here. Hey, I'm out at Heroes Park in Meridian. It is the day before Thanksgiving, probably in the high 30s or low 40s here right now. A little bit of a breeze. We're going to take the DJI Mavic 3 up in the air. Now, this isn't exactly what I wanted to do with this drone today. I was out here at the park flying a couple of Hubsan drones, and I had a charge battery on this, and I wanted to go out on the Boise River, but you know what? We're literally running out of daylight because the sun goes down so quick. So, never being one to waste a full battery, I thought we would take this guy up and fly it around. And I actually charged this battery 3 or 4 days ago, so we'll see how much juice it has left in it. But yeah, we're gonna take this bad boy up and fly it around, and maybe there's some stuff that we haven't looked at before. You know, we got the zoom, we can do some zooms and see some different things. So let's quit messing around, let's get this bird in the air. Hey, so you know, I fired up the drone, fired up the controller, then the app, of course, automatically started. But it is so amazing to see how quickly this drone is ready to fly here. So yeah, we still have it in zoom mode, so that means it's going to be in 4K 30. I can show you that real quick. So video, yeah, and you can see at the bottom 4K 30. So yeah, let's gosh, I don't think there's much more for us to do here other than take off. It's not asking for any calibrations. Let's look at the safety menu. We've got bypass on. We can mess around with that a little bit too. Yeah, max distance, altitude, we've got that set correctly. I've got the return to home set really high. We don't need that high. I was out at Lucky Peak Reservoir and I set it up really high. Yeah, it's not asking for any other kind of calibrations. We can look at the battery real quick, and you know, as it should be, battery times charged 1. I think this is the second time I've charged it, but anyway, that's how their count works. Yeah, nothing to do here but to take off. So let's start recording. Let's do an auto takeoff on the app, and then I'm going to take it up about 7 meters higher, so because there's some dispute from some people on whether this drone has, yeah, they were a little too high. Let's come down a little. We'll let it take a good look at its return to home point there for a second, and then we'll bring it back down, turn it around here. And we'll see if we get a precision landing when we come back in. Personally, I don't think it's active yet. I don't think they have that ready to go on this drone yet. Wow, I'm telling you, DJI flight controls, and even I'm looking at my FPV here. I just flew a couple of Hubsan drones, and it's amazing how much more clear this guy is, and yeah, it's pretty wild. So. Okay, we're gonna do our manual droning. I'm gonna drop the gimbal down just a little, and you can see the radar there. They call it radar. It's looking at obstacles in its way right now. But let's do a reverse and up now. Reverse and up. And one of the cool things about it is with obstacle avoidance on, I'm not worried about hitting a tree or anything, although I still see we're seeing radar there, and we're way up in the air, so I don't know if that's because of the sun or what. But look at that, perfect horizon, man, oh man, and these buttery smooth DJI flight controls. Holy guacamole, I love it. Okay, we're just going to do a little bit of a flyabout here. And maybe we'll try some different video resolutions as well while we're at it. This would be something fun to try. Yeah, there's people with dogs down there. We're not going to go over the top of them. I think we should go over the corner over here and try. This thing just handles so great. Man, oh man, I love this drone. Okay, so we're going to face towards the Boise front, and oh, my camera just beeped at me. SD card full, it says. So we are going to rely on audio from the from my screen recording here for the rest of this flight. But yeah, I thought I should have looked at the menu. I should have put another card in there. But typically, you know, I never fill those cards up. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Okay, so we are out here. I'm going to hold down the function button, and we're going to scroll in, and we're going to zoom. And what we're looking at there is 2.7. There's 3. That is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's one of their temples. So there you just saw it switch to the other camera, to the telephoto camera. And I am going to pick up the gimbal just a little bit here. And let's see if we can zero in on, at the very top of the temple there, is the Angel Moroni. So let's see if we can zoom right in on him. 12, 13, 15. Look at that, 28 times zoom. And trust me, we're a ways away. And we saw a little bump there. I don't know what that was about, but I'm going to try and yaw around a little bit here. And then just to give you an idea, I'm going to give a tap on the screen, and we're going to go back to just 1 by. And that's how far away we are from that. So kind of interesting. So then let's try tapping. And there's 2 times and then 4 times. And that is on the main camera. If I tap it again, it'll go to that top telephoto camera. And that is at a fixed 7 times. And if you go beyond 7 times, you're simply cropping down on the sensor. And that's me moving it over there a little bit. So let's go back to see if I can get the yeah, there's that scroll wheel. So I want to go back to 1, and we did 1. Yeah, there's 1. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to move around here and look at the Boise front. And let's see if we can zoom in on see if I can figure out exactly where Bogus Basin is. So I am just clicking on the screen here. So that's 2 times zoom. And I think Bogus is going to be more this direction. So there's 4 times zoom. And then let's see if we can, takes us up to 7. There's 14. Let me pick up the gimbal. So I'll tell you what, we could really get in on the mountain, can't we? That is cool. And yeah, that's Bogus Basin is, let me see if I can center it. That's where the ski resort is, right there, I believe. I may be off, but I believe that's it. And let's go 1 more, see if we can get to 28. Yeah, there's 28. Yeah, pretty darn cool. And then 1 more tap will bring us back out to 1. So that's just some of the capabilities of this guy. And of course, when you're in those really high zoom rates, your resolution isn't going to be that great. But something I always wanted to look at out over here is there's a little kind of a neighborhood park here. Let's grab some altitude, make sure we're not bothering anybody. And yeah, they got kind of a little neighborhood park here that I've always wondered about. And I don't know if that's a swale. I suspect that's more of a swale for flood control. And then this, I think, is just, yeah, it looks to me like this is just this guy's field. And I'm willing to bet they got horses, huh? It looks like they got like some kind of a little track or something. So that would be my bet there. And then there's another field right, oh, that's the school. That's what that is. I'm not sure what school that is, but we can go take a quick peek over there. And we're not going to cross that street, but I'm not sure what school that is. Looks like there's some kids out there playing around in the field, as they should. Okay, we're not going to fly over the top of them. So that is just some more development out there. And off in the distance right there is there's a big Fred Meyer. It's actually a Fred Meyer's owned by Kroger, so that's a Kroger store. Let's zoom in on that baby. There's 4x zoom, and yeah, big development there. Rocket Car Wash there off on the right. Okay, let's see if we can get that scroll wheel in. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to go the other way back to 1. So there we are back at 1. Let's turn around again. You know what? This might be kind of an interesting picture here. So I'm going to drop the gimbal down just a little bit. And we're going to stop recording. And I'm going to go into photo mode here. You know, I don't think that I have taken any pictures with this guy yet. So, yeah, let's, I'm just going to leave it in auto. And we're going to take a picture right there. There's one. Let's zoom in a little bit. Pick the gimbal up slightly. Another picture. And let's zoom in. That's full 4x zoom. That's on the Micro Four Thirds camera. Another picture. And then let's go up to 7x on, and that is on the upper camera. So we'll take a couple pictures here. There's one. And then let me pick the camera up. And we'll get the mountains here. In fact, let's move it over a little bit. And you know, I'm just kind of, we got some snow, so definitely getting into that time of the year when the mountains will be covered with snow. So, alrighty, let's go back to 1 by. What did that say there? It's always said enabled, I believe. Okay, so we're going to go back into video mode here. Maybe. Video. We're going to start video. Boom. And turn around and bring it back towards us here. So let's see, how much battery? Yeah, well, we got tons of battery, so maybe we can look around here a little bit. Yeah, so that is... gosh, what golf course? I believe that is Spurwing Golf Course that you're looking at right there. And that road is called Chinden Boulevard. And up until recently, it was a little 2-lane road, but boy, it's grown now. And there's our big Costco right there. Let's head that direction. And we're not gonna fly over their parking lot or anything, but we can kind of look around here and take a peek. And I see this looks like another little neighborhood park here, so we'll take a look at that. Definitely part of this subdivision's park. Very cool. I'm going to move off to the side in case there's any kids on that play structure. Okay, we are not going to go, we're not going to cross that way, but we're going to come this way and go right back over Heroes Park here. Full stick forward. And, you know, my friend Ron Brown, I think he told me that he had an instance where he saw the gimbal dip a little bit on his Mavic 3. So we're going to put this guy in sport mode and see what happens. We'll go across the street there. So in sport mode now. And of course that turns off obstacle avoidance and full speed ahead. And that's me dropping altitude a little bit. And the drone is moving right along, boy. We're at about 21 meters per second. That's about 45, better than 45 miles an hour. And boy, I just have perfect signal here. And boy, you can see the sun high up in the sky there, that winter sun. And this is me moving a little sideways here. Back over the field. Gosh, what a beautiful day today, too. Love these kind of fall days. So it looks to me like we've got another little park over here, a little community park. We can take a look at that. This thing just handles so nice. And then you know, this is what Boise is known for, or Idaho is known for, is farmland. Again, I'm in sport mode, so I'm taking it pretty easy on the sticks. Lots of agriculture. Well, you can see another development here. And I'm getting a weak signal warning on the screen, so we're going to turn around and bring it back to us here. Kind of moving sideways. And there we don't have that signal warning anymore. Picking up that gimbal just a little. And we've got some power lines down there, but we're well above them. And some more construction here. Looks like a new house going in there. Look at that guy. He's getting a nice new house. And this is that, this park is part, I'm sure, of this subdivision here. And again, you know, how long have we been flying here? I'm not sure, but we're not even at, we're at 54% battery. This thing's got some flight time, man. And you know, and I'm flying full stick in sport mode. No anomalies with the gimbal, so it seems to be holding up quite well. Uh-oh, as soon as I said that, I got a little wiggle there. As soon as I said that, as I was moving sideways, I got a little wiggle. This is a big, heavy gimbal on this thing. That was interesting. Okay, Ron Brown, that's that one was for you. Okay, I'm going to go back into normal mode. And we're going to go fly straight forward here, go over Keith Bird Legacy Park. And you guys have seen me fly there before, various drones. One thing about the city of Meridian, they provide plenty of city parks for us, and boy, do they do a great job of maintaining them. They always look good. Always, you know, nice, clean restrooms, etc. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going to move off to the side, and you guys have seen me do this before too. We're going to go over this development here. This is a senior development, by the way. I guess I could show you that. This is a 55 plus development. And again, I'm not sure that would be for me. Look at how close those are together. And I mean, you know, I can see the appeal of it, but yeah, I mean, I would want, I think, a little bit more space myself. And let's move around. Lots of folks doing their, I'm sure, buying turkeys at Costco today and everything else for their meal. Okay, let's head back and come back over the park. And I think, pick up the gimbal here. We're just going to go straight forward. We're going to cut across this construction. I'm getting an aircraft warning, so I am dropping some altitude here. Didn't see it on the map. Map didn't come up. Let's see if we can get the map up here. And yeah, I don't see, you know, in fact, I'm going to bring the map up on the screen. You can see where we're at there. I don't see any aircraft. So yeah, let's go back to video here and go back to the attitude screen, or I call it radar. People get mad at me when I call it radar. No, I know it's not real radar. It just tells the attitude of the drone. And we're going to go over the church parking lot here. That's another LDS church. And then we'll go back over Heroes Park. Full forward. And I think we ought to mess around with the obstacle avoidance on this guy. We still got 43% battery. We need to try that out a little bit. What do you think? Yeah, I see some people walking there. We're going to avoid them. They're going to get some mud on their shoes. I can tell you that from experience. They just aerated that, and there are little turf plugs that have a lot of mud on them. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. This is the restroom building here, and we're going to come in on that guy, and we're going to see what obstacle. It should move us up over the top. So actually, I'm going to put it in city mode. I'm going to double check, make sure that we're on bypass. Everything is on like it should, and let's see. As the drone, let's drop it down just a little. And let's see what the drone does as it gets closer. See if we recognize that. Yeah, it's weird. We got the kind of the radar downward. Okay, so it's giving us downward. So let's see. Yeah, so it moved over the top of it. That was kind of interesting. Okay, let's. Well, there's a car right there. I don't want to mess with them. I was looking for another one of these light poles, preferably without a tree in front of it. Let's see what it'll do on this light pole right here as we approach it. Now we've got some trees with some smaller branches, but I think we're well clear of those. And we got some radar there. And it moved around it. I'm watching the drone. It just moved around it. Let's we can come right down let's maybe just try it on the car here. On the old Chevy Tahoe. Bringing it in. And you can see that they call it the radar display. It's seeing something. Okay, so there we are. We are barely off the ground. Let's just go straight forward. I'm looking at the drone. Let's give it a real challenge. Let's go straight forward. And it just moves over the top. It's right next to me here. That's pretty darn cool. Okay, so right over here, we've got a big dumpster. That's scenic. This is for everybody's yard waste this time of year, leaves, etc. So let's see it. Let's see how it copes with this guy. Yeah, and it just goes right over the top. And does it see that little bush there? Yeah, it did. Okay, let's turn around and go back the other way. For that little tree. I'm still a little, as you can tell, I'm still a little nervous. Because you sure wouldn't want to, crash a $2,500 drone, right? So, or not quite that much, $2,200 drone. Okay, so let's do that again. Let's get down. We can get down low. Let's pick the gimbal up. Let's see what it does as it gets closer here. And I am full stick forward. And as you can see, it just went right over the top and is going right over the top of us now. And now I'm kicking the throttle up. And again, we're in cinema mode. Okay, I'm going to show you something else on this drone that is kind of interesting. I'm going to bring it back into us. And this guy has got an ascent rate that is just astounding. So let's bring it back in and down. And again, you know, I'm watching the drone, and I'm always better on FPV than I am if I am looking straight at the drone. Okay, so we are going to throw it. Well, first, you know what? Let's just try it in normal mode. So I'm going to flip it in normal mode, and I am going to go straight up at on the gimbal. And what I want you to look is the right above where it says height there. It'll give us the ascent speed in meters per second. So I'm going straight up on the stick now, straight up. And you can see how quick it climbs there. So about 6 meters per second. That's about, you know, 15 miles an hour or so. Okay, let's bring it right back down. And we'll do the same thing, and we'll do it in sport mode. And it comes down fast too. I guess I didn't say that either. So, okay. We got it right where we want. We are going to center it up on me. And of course the drone's looking into the sun, but okay, so obstacle avoidance is off. We got to remember that. We're going to go straight up on the stick right now, straight up. And there, look at that, 8 meters per second. Holy cow. Yeah, that's about 17, 18 miles an hour straight up. That's cool. Okay, now we're going to pull that stick straight down. Let's see how fast it comes down, because this guy comes down fast too. Look at that. 6 meters per second coming down. Oh, that's cool. Okie dokie. Let's go back out over the field here in sport mode. So full stick forward. It is, man, watching that drone move across the sky is just stunning. Okay, let's see how high. We're about 42 meters high. Let's go straight up. Let's go up to max legal height. Let's go up to 400 feet and look around a little bit. What do you think?
Maximum flight altitude
Tell
reached.
us we're at max legal. I'm going to put it back in normal mode. And here we are, folks. Okay, we're down to about 21% battery, so let's put this guy into return to home now. And let's try out that smart return to home, because what it should do for us, okay, and I did that now. So what it should do for us is we should, it should do smart return to home, where it should be descending as it comes back. And look at it, it sure is. So, you know, this will be a fun test. And I'm just gonna leave the camera pointed straight, just how it is, so you guys can see it. And look at it come down, and it's coming down quick. I'm looking at the drone above us. Yeah, it's not messing around. Yeah, so it came down to about 22 meters high on the way back there. And it's coming down here.
Landing.
And it's so it's right next to my car. It's gonna miss the as you can see, it's looking at that car there, and it doesn't like it, but it's landing. So I guess you couldn't see that. I forgot my GoPro. It didn't quit recording because the card was full, but yeah, so it's about, I don't know, 3 feet off the pad, in between where I had the pad and my car. So precision landing, I'm going to say, it just isn't there yet, but it will. I'm wondering, you know, it definitely saw my car because I saw the, you know, the radar, the red on the side. I'm wondering if it would have stopped its landing had it thought that it was half on, half off. I assume it would, and I assume it would have moved off a little bit. Okay, let me get everything shut down, and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, guys. So that was a lot of fun. I'm just doing this conclusion on my iPhone, just holding my iPhone in my hand rather than put another SD card in the GoPro. But yeah, you can see the GoPro all set up back here. SD card was full on that. But that was kind of a fun flight. We tried some different things. I don't think I'd ever taken a picture with the drone before. So you guys will have seen them already, but hopefully that turned out good. We messed around with some zoom. We flew it around in sport mode. We took the drone out there a ways. We did see a little wiggle on that gimbal while in sport mode. I was moving forward and sideways and got just a little wiggle. But that's the first time I've seen that. My friend Ron Brown said he'd seen it before. But anyway, in sport mode, you know, with that big old heavy gimbal, you might see that. But we tried out some obstacle avoidance stuff too. You can tell I'm still a little chicken. It's going to take me a while to get full confidence in that, but it worked just fine. So, it wasn't exactly the flight I wanted to do with the Mavic 3 today, but it was still a lot of fun. So I took you guys along for the ride. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And most of all, I really do appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now. DJI Mavic 3. It's just the best of the best. Bye.